Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman, and we are walking our way through the Bible, reading through Proverbs, digging in deep into the book of Hebrews, and as always, putting on the whole armor of God. Well, I hope everyone had a great day yesterday. I pray that you are looking forward to today and all that it has in store for us. Well, let's check out our birthday shout-outs. Birthday shout-outs. Bob Walatka. Bob was a realtor up in Northern California, and he has since moved down to Southern California. One of Keller Williams, especially in California, one of Keller Williams' top agents. So, Bob, happy birthday to you. Mitch Felix is one of my friends that I've known for many years, and he is a Cutco representative, and he has built himself an outstanding business. Mitch, happy birthday to you, and I believe you have your second little one coming along here pretty quick. So, Mitch Felix, happy birthday to you. This next lady is a very dear lady to me, Renee Machado. Connolly Berry was the wife of a dear friend of mine, Guy Berry. Guy passed away a few years back now, and Renee was everything to Guy. And Renee just continues to be a wonderful lady. So, Renee, happy birthday to you. God bless you. God bless each one of you. And if it is your birthday out there, God bless you, but especially Bob, Mitchell, and Renee. Happy birthday to you all. All right, let's remember our friends here. Curtis, Rex, Danny, Red, Shelly, Nancy, Ashley, Sandra, my Aunt Sandy, and Jeff Rainey. Just praying for each one of you. You are on my brain, in my head, and on my heart at all times. And I just praying for each one of you. And for all those that are struggling around the world and our local friends, just praying for each one of you. And we continue to think about and pray for the people of Haiti after another earthquake has caused so much damage, and then here they're being hit by a tropical storm. So praying for the people of Haiti. And then as we've watched play out the last couple of days, everything that's going on in Afghanistan, I pray for those that are meant to come back to the U.S. I pray for all our military personnel, all those that worked in the embassy, and for those that had been assistants to the U.S., pray that each one of you is able to make it back. And then pray for the people of Afghanistan that are not followers of the Taliban. And I ask for their lives to be spared, because this is looking like it could be a terrible thing. So, thinking of each one of you and praying for you all. Let's take a look at what we got going on today. Book of Proverbs, chapter 17, 1 through 28. And then I'm going to go into Hebrews. I'm going to read 1 through 20, and then we'll finish 21 through 40 tomorrow. But Hebrews 11, 1 through 20, and as always, putting on the whole armor of God. Let's see who we've got here today. Check that out real quickly. Kevin M. Fitzgerald. Good morning, everybody. Kevin, good morning to you, Mr. Fitz. And then Frank Nell, good morning. And then good evening to you, Frank Nell. So glad that you are here. Frank Nell, good morning. All happy Tuesday. Blessings and be safe. Absolutely. You also, Frank Nell. Thank you. And then Diane Cazares Harris. Good morning, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Diane, good morning to you. And you also have just a beautiful day, you and Dave. And then Gloria Brown, good morning, everyone. Gloria, so glad that you are here with us. And I hope that you are doing well and look forward to hearing what is happening in your life. So Gloria, God bless. We will have a great day. Scott Ricard, good morning, everyone. Scott, good morning to you. Our Florida connection is made. So glad that you are here, Scott. And then Frank Sheridan Dunn. Frank thank you. Thank you, Frank. If you'd like to share this out, please do. Mark Rodriguez, blessings to you, brother. Mark, blessings to you, man. God bless you. Love you, brother. And you just keep pushing on. Keep pushing through everything. Love you, man. And then thank you, brother. Hey, Mark, always there for you, brother. Okay, let's go ahead and pop into Proverbs. Oh, let's see. It is Thursday. Oh, Thursday. Boy, I am getting ahead of myself. It is Tuesday, August 17th. It is 62 degrees in beautiful San Jose, California, where I believe it's going to get a little bit warmer than that. All right, chapter 16. That's not right. Chapter 17. I sure hope I've got that right. Chapter 17. Let's make sure that we're there. Contrast the upright and the wicked. Better is a dry morsel and quietness with it than a house full of feasting with strife. A servant who acts wisely will rule over a son who acts shamefully, and will share in the inheritance among the brothers. The refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold, but the Lord tests hearts. An evildoer listens to the wicked lips. A liar pays attention to a destructive tongue. He who mocks the poor taunts his maker. He who rejoices at calamity will not go unpunished. Grandchildren are the crown of an old man, and the glory of sons is their fathers. Excellent speech is not fitting for a fool, much less are lying lips to a prince. A bribe is a charm in the sight of its owner. Wherever he turns, he prospers. He who conceals a transgression seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates intimate friends. A rebuke goes deeper into the one who has understanding than 100 blows into a fool. A rebellious man seeks only evil, so a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Let a man meet a bear robbed of her cubs rather than a fool in his folly. He who returns evil for good, evil will not depart his house. The beginning of strife is letting out water, so abandon the quarrel before it breaks out. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the righteous, both of them are like an abomination to the Lord. Both of them alike are an abomination to the Lord. Why is there a price in the hand of a fool to buy wisdom when he has no sense? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man lacking in sense pledges and becomes a guarantor in the presence of his neighbor. He who loves transgressions loves strife. He who raises his door seeks destruction. He who has a crooked mind finds no good, and he who is perverted in his language falls into evil. He who sires a fool does so to his sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A joyful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. A wicked man receives a bribe from the bosom to pervert the ways of justice. Wisdom is in the presence of the one who has understanding, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her who bore him. It is also not good to find the righteous, nor to strike the noble for their uprightness. He who restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise, but when he closes his lips, he is considered prudent. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is considered prudent. I'm going to read the life lesson for that. There are times when we must speak up, but there are vastly more times when we should keep silent. We must listen to the Lord's instruction and engage our minds before we attempt to open our mouths. Think about that. Think about that, and I will wear that crown, although it's not one I'm really happy about. How many times have I spoke out of line? How many times have I spoke up when I should have been quiet? Seeking that discernment that doesn't come to everyone until later. Some it leaves us for a good long time, and some it never comes to. So we got to make sure that we're aware of that. And we'll read this one more time. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he is considered prudent. We all know someone like that. Is it us? It sure has been me. So that's a great thing to learn. A great thing to be thinking about. And then I would follow that up. And although it came prior to this statement, he who restrains his words, has knowledge. And he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. So those verses go together perfectly. And we need verse 27 to really understand verse 28. All right. Take a quick sip here, and then I'm going to pop on over into Hebrews. I believe we are in Hebrews 11, and we are going to read 1 through 20. Tiny little sip of that hot tea. Little ginger and a little lemon. Make that voice, make that throat feel a bit soothed. All right, let's see. The trumpets of faith. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. For by it the men of old gained approval. By faith we understood that the worlds were prepared by the word of God, so that what is seen was not made out of things which are visible. By faith, Abel offered to God a better sacrifice than Cain, through which he obtained the testimony that he was righteous, God testifying about his gifts, and through faith, though he is dead, he still speaks. By faith, Enoch was taken up so that he would not see death, and he was not found because God took him up. For he obtained the witness that before his being taken up, he was pleasing God. And without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and he is rewarder of those who seek him. By faith, Noah, being warned by God about things not yet seen, in reverence prepared an ark for the salvation of his household, by which he condemned the world and became an heir of the righteousness which is according to faith. By faith, Abraham, when he was called, obeyed by going out to a place which he was to receive for an inheritance, and he went out not knowing where he was going. By faith, he lived as an alien in the land of promise, and in a foreign land, dwelling in tents with Isaac and Jacob, fellow heirs of the same promise. For he was looking for the city which has foundations, whose architect and builder is God. By faith, even Sarah herself received ability to conceive, even beyond the proper time of life, since she was considered him faithful who had promised. Therefore, there was born even of one man, and him as good as dead, at that as many descendants as the stars of heaven in number. Let's read that again. Therefore, there was born even of one man, and him as good as dead, at that as many descendants as the stars of heaven in number, and innumerable as the sand which is by the seashore. All these died in faith, without receiving the promises, but having seen them and having welcomed them from a distance, and having confessed that they were strangers and exiles on the earth. For those who say such things make it clear that they are seeking a country of their own. And indeed, if they had been thinking of that country from which they went out, they would have had the opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. By faith, when he was tested, offered up Isaac. By faith, Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac, and he received the promises, was offering up his only begotten son. It was he to whom it was called, in Isaac your descendants shall be called. He considered that God is able to raise people up even from the dead, from which he also received him back as a type. By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau, even regarding things to come. That's verse 20. We're going to go ahead and begin at 21 tomorrow. But I want to read a couple of these, and this is obviously all about faith. All about faith, to believe in what cannot be seen, what we do not see. Faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. That is 11:1. Faith is confidence that the Lord will do what he has promised. It is not simply wishful thinking. It is absolute conviction that God is not only willing, but also able to accomplish all he has pledged to us. Regardless of our circumstances may appear, or what obstacle may be to overcome. As the saints of old learn, your confidence in him is never in vain, for he who promised is faithful. And this is what we've got to learn, to have faith. 11:6. Without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he who comes to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder to those who send him, for those who seek him. Why is faith necessary to please God? Because we cannot serve him unless we are convinced that he only exists, that he not only exists, but also that his plans for us are good, acceptable, and perfect. We must trust the Lord enough to walk in the center of his wills, even if his commands seem unreasonable, impossible, or don't make any sense to us. Like the biblical heroes of old, we bring even the smallest decisions to him, knowing he will lead us in the best way. Bringing even our smallest decisions to him, And that's what I was talking about when I mentioned my friend Dan Mackey the last couple of days. That's what he told me. He says, Charles, we're leaving the decisions to God. And he's leading us the right way. That's a faith. And that's the faith we all need. Then I'm going to turn to 11:13. All these died in faith without receiving the promises, but having seen them, having welcomed them from a distance. Abraham died, having seen some, but not all of God's promises fulfilled. He received the son the Lord had promised in Isaac, but he was not able to see the accomplishment of God's pledge. In your seed, all the nations of earth shall be blessed. This covenant was realized through Jesus. Because of Christ, every person on earth has the blessing of being able to know God. Like Abraham, we must look beyond what we can see, what the Lord sees, because he will certainly fulfill all his promises to us as well. It's all about faith. It's all about letting our hearts be open, letting our eyes be open, and acknowledge that we have a Lord and Savior that will answer all of our prayers. We may not like what we hear, but it is for our best. Having a faith in God who has said he will do things for us, knowing that they will come through. It's all about having faith. About having faith that the right things will happen. If God has said them, they're coming true. Let's read this here. All right. We're going to Kathy here. Kathy Sheretz Carval. Good morning, everyone. Baby McKeon, our fourth grandchild, arrived. Due to the fact that the parents have not announced the arrival of their bundle of joy, I will refrain from sharing the name or sex until they have made it public. All I can say is we have a healthy grandbaby, and mama and baby are doing great. Congratulations, Kathy. That is for you and Arnie and your daughter and son-in-law. That is awesome. And let the world rejoice, and let all of heaven rejoice. Congrats, Kathy. Yes, sir, I found that when I'm quiet, I have lesser chance of saying something stupid. When we are quiet, as anyone can attest, sometimes we are much better off. And I will join Mr. Eric, or he can join me, because sometimes we need to refrain. I could not find you. Just came up. Blessings to all. Lana, I'm sorry. We were able to get up and get this up early. My computer, I luckily came back in and checked it. It was not running, and all I had was a blank screen, so I played around with it. I'm thinking it's I need to get through the new year before I can buy a computer, so we'll see. Please hold on. God's morning to all. I'm here, Coach Eric. So glad that you are. And verse 4 is powerful. The text of B. Let's see. Let's take a look at verse 4 one more time. By faith, Abel offered to God a better sacrifice than Cain. And everyone knows the story of Cain and Abel, through which he obtained the testimony that he was righteous, God testifying about his gifts. And through faith, though he is dead, he still speaks. Everyone knows the story, Cain and Abel. It is a powerful story. The text of B, Bible study tomorrow, Hebrews 11 and 12. Mostly 12 will be a side reference. 11 will be a side reference. Got it. Congratulations, Kathy, Grandma, and Grandpa. And congrats on addition to the family. Absolutely. And I think that's a great place to leave off. Kathy, congratulations, you and Arnie. Enjoy. That is 4 grandchildren. That is just absolutely wonderful. And God bless each one of them, but especially your latest, as they are welcomed into the world. Everyone have a great day. Have a blessed day. If you'd like to join us tomorrow, please do, as we continue our walk through the Bible, reading through Proverbs, digging in deep into the book of Hebrews, and as always, putting on the whole armor of God. Have a blessed day. Enjoy your day. If you have an opportunity to help another, please do it. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.